Actually, Archana, I think you really opened my eyes. The fact that you were a writer and are an investor.
I'm still a writer.
Yeah, I mean, rather full-time writer, put it that way. But the way you've been able to articulate this answer is very unique, because obviously that it must be second muscle, like instant for you to put this together in terms of logical flow. Archana, it really has been an amazing conversation. I think it like you said, you still are a writer, but being able to articulate that, because I think a lot of the times we as fund managers are trying to explain concepts to our LPs also, and even to our founders that seem so alien to them. And sometimes what seems, in fact, I was during my event day before yesterday, one of the founders said that what you're saying sounds so counterintuitive, but is the way you're saying it makes the difference. I said, yes, that's the job that we have to do. And I think I really agree with you with the fact that we as VCs really have to be fantastic communicators.
Yeah.
And there definitely is a case for writers to become VCs, and probably VCs should become writers if they want to be a very good VC. So before I go to rapid fire, and rapid fire is what everybody looks forward to, is there anything you'd like to say before we move there?
I think you've got a way with words, and I think it's always a joy. I find it always exciting to talk to people who have paid attention to what they want to say, how they want to say it. I think we have ignored such a fundamental and powerful skill that we all have, which is words and our ability to communicate, because that's how human beings understand each other, right? I mean, nobody's going to understand each other through an Excel sheet. Let's be honest, no matter how beautiful an Excel sheet is, it doesn't tell you everything that you need to know. And all of us, whether as investors or consumers, or even when we are sort of trying to understand that, do I want to hang out with somebody, it's through words that we sort of attract people to ourselves, and we are able to tell them, what we stand for, and, you try and understand what you stand for.
Yeah.
So it's really, really important, and I think I wish more people would pay attention to it.
Absolutely. And I think it's very, very important to that founders understand this more than, because a lot of the times I found fantastic founders who are not great storytellers. And my mentor used to always say that never tell a story without a point, or a point without a story. Right?
Well said.
So I think with that, it's a perfect segue. Archana, this is rapid fire. Now you will not get time to answer. Whatever first comes to your mind. I've got about 15 questions. Maybe I'll get about 10 of them through. Whatever first comes to mind, and I'm sure we'll find some insight over there and get into a bit of a tangent. So are you ready for rapid fire?
Absolutely.
Great. So first question, what is the last book you read that had a profound impact on you?
Jim Simmons.
The book was?
On Jim Simmons, I forget the exact name. Basically, it's his life and how, from a math professor, how he got into
We'll
quant.
put the link in the comments.
I will. In fact, I've gifted this book to everybody in my team, because
Wonderful.
I think it's such a, it tells you that when you, and he failed for a long time. I mean, he was at the top of his game as a math professor, and everybody thought he was mad to try and sort of figure out, investing in the stock market. And he failed for a long time because, to get a bunch of math nerds to, sort of look at quant and say, okay, this is how it'll play out. And, so I put a little sort of note to everybody in the team saying, it's a good exemplification that when you think differently, life, and he changed how you invest in capital markets, right? I mean, there's his politics, which is another story altogether, but you can really change the world if you think differently.
Wonderful. I've looked forward to reading it. I haven't read the book
I'll gift
yet.
it to you as well.
Thank you so much.